On May 20th, the Netherlands Atlantic Association organized a program with senior diplomat and international crisis management expert Pieter Feith. In the Koninklijke Schouwburg in The Hague, he gave an introduction and took questions from a varied audience and from moderator Roer van der Roer.
Asked me to say a few words about my own experiences in dealing with insurgents and of course also Kosovo. And in the Ukraine you see that the Russians are very keen to see decentralization be implemented by the government, but you don't know what decentralization means in Putin terms. Does it mean real decentralization to the province or the municipal levels, or is it going to be a first step towards separation and rejoining Russia? Because why did we intervene in 1999 with NATO and the airstrikes? That was because of the serious, persistent violations of human rights by the troops of Milosevic in Kosovo. There was no intention at that point to separate Kosovo from Serbia. In fact, I remember that during that period and in the immediate aftermath, in the planning documents and everything, Kosovo was considered as a province of Serbia. The assumption was that it would remain so. So it was controversial. 5 member states didn't recognize Kosovo's independence, still haven't done so, notwithstanding the fact that in 2010 the International Court of Justice gave a ruling that the independence was not in violation of international law. I leave it at that, Robert. Thank you very much for giving me the occasion to say this.
You may applaud.
Okay.
What is your biggest achievement? Your personal biggest achievement? You don't have to be modest.
It sounds a bit sentimental, but it is your last days in Aceh or in Macedonia, where you see happy faces. And people tell you that they're really grateful that, not necessarily I myself, but it was NATO or the EU or Ahtisaari, that they had bothered to help them.
I thought you were going to refer to your dealings with the rebels in southern Serbia and Macedonia, because there aren't many European diplomats, or even UN or Western diplomats, global diplomats, that speak the language of rebels. And you proved that you could do it.
Well, you have to be careful what I'm saying, but you have to show a certain empathy with them. I mean, they are not necessarily bad people. I mean, some of them have very good, have a very, well, say, a legitimate cause, but it comes. There are sometimes very real grievances among the people they represent, and in as much as they were compliant with what we wanted them to do, I had no problem with these guys.
Who has a question for Pieter Feith?
Now, how do you think the European Union is going to be a strong chess player against Putin with only having soft power and no soft and no hard power?
And I'm really with the French on this. I think the French have always insisted that the European Union should not be confined to soft power, but should also have a real military capability.
I'm a Dutch student from a Dutch grammar school, and my question was, what is your opinion on European peacekeeping missions without the UN, United Nations Security Council mandate?
So my answer to you is, I know that the European Union is perhaps more than NATO, keen to have a proper legal base, and by that the preference would always be for a Security Council mandate. But I think that if there is no alternative and there is a compelling case to help people in need, then I think serious consideration should be given to move, regardless of Security Council agreement.
Currently, the status quo in the Council, European Council, is Germany soul searching France willing to intervene or at least to defend its interests abroad. What is your personal opinion? What could be the solution to breach this status quo and make the European Union able to use its full potential?
You see, there's a little bit of a nuance in those two courses of action. But I think with Frau Merkel at this moment we are in safe hands, and I think she is doing a very heartening and encouraging job with the Russians.
Peter, thank you for sharing with us your lessons in multilateralism. Show energy, show patience. In fact, there were more lessons, but there are too many to summarize. I'm pretty sure that we will be hearing from you in the future and that you will share your knowledge and experience with us again. Let me